Welcome to 50 Nights of Fright. I'm Tommy, joined again with Candy and Jason. Today we're talking about House on Haunted Hill, one of Vincent Price's best. What did you guys think?
Out of the ones I watched, it wasn't my favorite, but I liked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So release date, January 14th, 1959. So for me, the reason why I definitely want to bring that out is because I got to keep it in perspective. Movies. Things for me, I think, for what I think, it's a bit campy for me. The over dramatic screaming and the ladies that would, swoon and like, oh, and let me, it's very that machismo kind of thing when a guy's around. It's a bit much, but I'm definitely putting it into the era.
Skeletons on strings.
Which, one of the things I told Candy, which is pretty cool, the emergo. So the skeleton, I guess, was in a black box at the theater, and then when the part with the skeleton coming out of the acid pit, it would swoop over the audience, and the audience would be able to scream and yell and all that. I thought that part was that'd be pretty
Yes,
cool.
yeah. That 4D interaction there,
right.
Rather than just 3D.
Right.
Yeah, I had a heart attack.
I thought the interesting part was the Dennis the Menace type things. They said they had to stop doing it because all the boys were bringing their slingshots. They were shooting at the skeleton. So, boys.
Yeah. What I really just love about it is how hammed up Vincent Price's performance is. How he's very... He's definitely one of my favorites, but that's because of his performances in just about everything.
Yeah, he did phenomenal.
I didn't know that was him on the Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And he told me, I was like, that totally makes sense.
She's like, he's got a voice that sounds familiar. And I'm like, yeah, he's like one of your favorite songs. And it was like this, like...
I was like, what? That is it, yeah.
I was stuck between choosing this or House of Wax, which House of Wax was actually the one responsible for Vincent Price's horror movie boom of the late 50s and 60s. At that point, his career had stagnated a little, and he was just kind of playing bit parts or second string, never leading man. But with House of Wax, that launched him in, and House on Haunted Hill, for a lot of people at the time, was the one that really cemented him. I love the cheesy gimmicks, and like you said, you got to keep it in perspective.
Right.
Like a lot of what this whole horror movie retrospective series is, we're going from some of the earliest films to more modern.
Right.
So I think it lands right where it needs to be on the list. What were some certain scenes or parts that stood out to you?
Just going through the movie, start to finish, I kept thinking, like, okay, it's a whodunit for me, and I'm like, okay, they did it because, but then I'm like, well, crap, no, they didn't. It was these people. Nope, it was, but yeah, it was totally like, it kept me on my toes.
Yeah, you're like, don't go to the basement. Nothing good happens in the basement.
And they all went to the basement and closed the door. Like, who does that?
Right. I the part where I was just like, with the acid pit, and the guy had explained, the guy doing the tour of the house and all that, and he's like, oh yeah, someone had died in this acid pit and all that. And oh yeah, we left the acid in there. I thought that was like, what are you doing?
But how would they get it out? So
I don't like.
Who gets that much acid to fill a pit? That's
that was the part that I couldn't wrap my brain around that part, and of course it's going to be a plot point, right? So.
The Chekhov's gun, or in this case, acid pit.
Right.
Would you stay in that house for $10,000?
People have different reasons for doing different things. So, like, I hope I'm never desperate enough to have to do that. But then I think, would I?
Yeah, I mean, this is 1959.
And that's a lot of money.
Yeah, $10,000 is probably, I don't know, was probably at least $100,000, probably a 10-to-1 ratio here, right? So it's $200,000 to make it. That's $2.21 million. So if that kind of breaks it down, that almost like that 2-to-1 or 10-to-1, ratio. So that's like about $100,000. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm staying there.
would let him.
And then make sure my insurance policy was maxed out.
Yeah.
Oh, at this point, I mean, I would probably do it for free. I just,
Right.
I love a good spook, a good scare.
I do jump scare, so anything happens, I'm just, I would totally give everyone's position away because I scream. So, yeah. Y'all wouldn't want me there.
I think it was clever how, when she's hanging there, we'll just say that, and how they were able to stay safe on how that was at. But then when it started, like, well, wait a minute, if you were here and there, and they're starting to try and figure those pieces out together. And then I found myself, when I was watching the movie, when people were locking the different doors, I'm like, okay, can they come back in these doors? Is there going to be some goofs kind of thing? I get more caught up in the technical aspects.
He
of the
does
movie.
do that.
Which
That's
you know
probably
there's one.
my
You know
least
there's
favorite part of that movie.
Ah.
Because he kept talking about the locks. I'm like, just enjoy
I
it
was
for what it
obsessed
is.
with it.
I know.
I was obsessed with it. So, but yeah, I think Vincent Price, he did an amazing job. He's got, just his voice, his command, I think, the charisma.
His mannerisms, his demeanor, he was top notch.
Absolutely. All right. So you already said it's not your favorite that you've watched. What would you rate it on a scale of 0 to 100?
87.
87. All right.
I think I'm coming in around the 75.
Okay.
It's a little bit less for me. Overall, right, there's the different movies we've reviewed so far. There's been something specific about that movie that just is like, wow, that's really cool. They created something new. They did something different. For this one, it's a little bit less for me on this one.
So, do you feel House on Haunted Hill has earned its place in horror history, or is it better left forgotten?
No, I think it led the way to other, like House on the Hill, different, in today's time. I feel like it started here and it has led up to where the effects. Now, you see what this was.
Yeah.
And now how they can do the effects and make it more scary.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it has its place, for sure.
I like the remake, so this one brought me the remake. I really do like the remake better. But I think Vincent Price on his own gets that score. And I mean, his wife was hot. I mean, that helps too, right? So
doesn't hurt.
But she wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
Don't felt like.
Yeah, he thought she already tried to poison him. So
that's House on Haunted Hill. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode. Join us again tomorrow when we're watching Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.